And yes, someone has questions, so I gladly welcome questions. But I wanted to share with everybody a couple of news, couple of news and a couple of tips. Couple of news to get you excited. Couple of news and a couple of tips. If I can get my to mute myself. Get you excited. Come on. News and a couple of tips. Get to mute myself. Get you excited. Okay. So last week, the largest home ever, no, not a square footage, on price, when pending in Palm Beach. $164 million. The most expensive house ever sold in Florida. Exactly. Also, last week, the rumor is that the penthouse in Aston Martin, which was asking $54 million, went pending. So then for everybody that keeps saying that the market is not what it was, that the market is not what it needs to be, if that was the case, my friends, people that buy that is what you call smart money, right? People that buy those properties is smart money. So when a market is in shambles, the smart money runs out, doesn't run into it. And what we keep seeing is the smart money, the smart people keep buying real estate. And they keep buying real estate in Florida. So if the smart people are telling us that Florida is the place to be, then it's up to us to let the world know that Florida is the place to be. Also, last week, our governor signed the No Squatter Rights bill, which is a very good bill. Because in Florida, we did have an issue with squatters. Squatters did have rights. Squatters no longer have any rights unless they were previous tenants. It doesn't mean that they had a lease. It means that they were previous tenants, which means that we're living in a house with a lease and the lease expire and they stay month to month, right? So those people are still considered tenants and they don't apply to the squatter law. But anybody that now takes over a property and just jumps in and takes over a home, those people will no longer have any rights. That means that they can be arrested and thrown out of a house. That is a huge thing because I have been a victim of squatters and it's taken me a year to get people out of the house legally.
Oye, es muy importante respetar el valor de las propiedades.
Amen.
La estructura legal
De la propiedad. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that law is a good, that I'm not saying the governor is perfect, but in this case, he got it right. Second, pending homes last month, another month ended on Friday. It looks like pending homes in South Florida are up 1.6% year over year, which means when you compare March 2023 to March 2024, we are up 1.6 up in pendings, which means more people made offer on homes last month. Did any of you make an offer on a house last month? Only Sayi? Come on. Okay, so then if you didn't, then the class today is here to help you because we got to show you some marketing things to make that happen. And then one last thing, and I'm glad Yater is sitting there in the corner. Yater, there is a new bill in California, right, that it has been put aside as a test with $300 million to make undocumented buyers be able to qualify. It's a guarantee that the state is doing for FHA. So it will be FHA for undocumented buyers, for people with asylum seekers. So anything like that in Florida that you heard about? No? I think it's like a test they're doing in California, right?
Yeah, test. A test, but like I'm thinking of the
Yeah. terminology.
Yeah, try, this is like a.
Yeah. So that is, they're testing it in California. That will be huge because that means that there will be 3.5% for buyers that are undocumented. They no longer have to put 25 or 35% down payment. They're testing it in, ¿eh? Sí. O sea, los cubanos primos míos que llegaron ayer, eso. Y los venezolanos también. And then last thing on news on things that happened last week, interesting thing that happened last week. And I think Jader, I put this one on the chat. So there was a big confusion with if I make an offer and I ask a seller contribution and the seller gives me on an FHA 6%, and I want to use that for my commission, but I also need that for last payment and repairs. FHA said on Thursday that you can get an extra 3% as long as it's called. Yeah.
They're definitely trying to work it so that it's.
Yeah.
You know,
So
the market still moves.
I don't know if you got it. This is huge. So I need you to open your ears. You can now get 3% beginning July 1st. I don't know what they're gonna call it. So you can ask for 3% seller contribution and you can get 3% for your commission, right? And it doesn't affect the maximum amount that the buyer can get. ¿No me entendieron? Porque vaya, eso era para pararse y dar brincos. No me entendieron. Okay. Se estimaba que con la ley nueva de las comisiones, si pedías un 6% de contribución, ¿verdad? Le ibas a dar 3% al comprador y 3% para tu comisión. Pero si hacías la inspección y había que hacer arreglos, o si se quedaban cortos con la plata, tu 3% se iba a volver 1, ¿verdad? Y eso es lo que andaba todo el mundo preocupado. FHA el jueves pasado dijo que tú puedes pedir tu 6% para el comprador y puedes pedir aparte, por eso, oh, okay, now you got it. 3%. Yeah. No, but it's only FHA. So far, it's only FHA.
Yeah, so it should be still.
It's still 3%, right?
Yeah.
Did they already put out all the terms? Is that gonna affect the statement for appraisals?
So they did mention appraisals on it that said that this is it's very funny. So Fannie said the commissions are customary. Déjame traducirlo a español. Fannie Mae dijo que las comisiones son standard, que ellos vaya diciendo que ellos no entienden cuál es el rollo que hay ahora con las comisiones, que siempre ha habido comisiones, que todas las ventas incluyen comisiones, solo los appraisals no tienen nada que ver con las comisiones. But, huh? No, actually, I thought they were pretty clear. They said you can ask for your commission, and your commission won't affect. And then sales prices already includes commission. So it doesn't affect one thing or the other. Now, going back to Rosie's question, first the government makes a decision and then everybody follows. So FHA actually made an announcement. They haven't made a decision. So they made an announcement that it will not affect. Then after FHA does it, then everybody else follow along. So. So primero el gobierno da un paso y todo el mundo espera que no se caiga nada y después que dan ese paso todo el mundo todas las hormiguitas le siguen atrás. Yes. To make changes. Yeah, I mean, I have noticed in Broward County, because I had it saved up. Hold on. Because going back to that point that everybody keeps telling me, no, but all I sell is conventional.
Because there's a misconception. Fast signal for an FHA.
What is the maximum now, Jader? On FHA? Is it 725?
575?
Yeah, 570.
So in Broward County today, there is 49 homes that qualify for FHA. Today, that changes daily. So there are a lot of product, a lot of inventory out there that qualifies for FHA.
Did you look?
Sí, señor.
No.
No, I looked for people that in the MLS put FHA.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's probably like 200.
Probably, yeah. 621. Hold on. Let's make the.
And that's track. I mean, I think it's track for our thing. One family, 795 on duplex.
Yeah, so again, and now it says 59. But these are people that put FHA on their MLS. Most realtors don't put FHA on the MLS. So, okay, so things that are working now in the market, things that are getting traffic. So websites like your websites that capture leads, your home valuation websites. NAR put a study last week out. Websites that are capture for seller leads that offer free valuation are the ones that are getting more traffic. So, do you have a website with a home valuation?
Landing page on your Facebook.
Okay, so is that what you want Monica or Joaquin to do this week? I mean, that's if you want sellers. If you don't want sellers, I understand. Sellers are paying. Okay. The other thing that is getting traffic, the other things that are getting traffic, believe it or not, are videos explaining the process. So get your phone, Mariana, give it to Cruz and tell Cruz to film you. Explaining the buyer process. Apparently, you people that are young and are on the gram, as the kids call it, like Joaquin calls it, on the gram. Carlos is also, look, Carlos right now is on Instagram right now. You see him?
Oh, the brand.
You see you.
Something else. So it's not Insta anymore.
I don't know. I mean, so apparently the videos explaining the buying process on Instagram are the ones getting traffic. So if you don't have a video explaining processes, give your phone to the person next to you. I hear that Ivan is an avid videographer. So Ivan can help you record your video. No, but seriously, apparently buyers want to understand the process. So let's explain the process to them. Yeah. Something that is also working and is working in the Midwest. So I think we should try it in Florida. And this goes back to old timers like me and Carlos. Free moving trucks with a listing. Apparently, free moving trucks with a listing. You remember that back in the day? Sell with me and I give you the truck.
Even plasma TVs, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you do that?
Me, the free moving truck, I used to give free boxes.
Ask you.
That truck, I did the boxes. Boxes were cheaper.
The eyeglasses, remember? those?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything in one? Okay. So a moving truck, and if you were to hire 2 men in a truck in Weston for a typical house, it's probably gonna cost you about $1,500 to $2,000. If it's a $700,000+ listing, I think it's worth it. So, or I will say advertise it, but put a disclaimer that you're giving the moving for 2 hours. And you got 2 hours to get everything in that truck. So, but apparently things that were old, because I was old school, it's what people now want perks. Incentives? Okay, let's call them incentives. Yep. So yeah, incentives. And I have a bunch of things that came up. And I know I owe that young man back there's friend a meeting. I didn't catch up with him. So business cards are still a thing. I know that everybody's gone away from business cards, but apparently business cards are still a thing. So if do you have business cards?
Just order 500 more.
You order 500 more? Because you handed them out, right? So, yeah, cambien la foto. Rosie, cambia la foto, por favor. You gotta change your. So this one's very funny. Who has a listing right now? Whoever has a listing, give me a hands up. Does the owner of your listing have a pet? No? Apparently, Realtor.com said the pictures with pets on listings are getting more views. You saw it too? So if your owner has a dog, get a picture of the damn dog. I have 3 dogs. I'm willing to rent them. Yeah. Always. Rosie, come on.
But Ernesto, it seems like 75% of people have pets, you know.
75% of people have pets, yes. So if your listing doesn't have a pet, if you have one, bring yours. I don't find a, okay. Now, you're gonna tell me that you're not gonna pay me to rent that? Huh? Yeah, you can bring your cat, but there you go. Look, Carlos will do it cheaper probably.
Just send us a picture, you don't have to.
So pictures of dogs are working. Pictures of dogs or cats or whatever pet they have, it's somehow driving more traffic. It makes it feel, yeah. The other thing, and I got two more guys, two more. Every day you get from the association or from Realtor.com infographics. You know those ones that I post every once in a while? So younger people like Cruz like infographics. Instead of reading, they want infographics. So you can get them for free and realtors and Florida realtors. They give you like a little infographics, like a breakdown of different things. They put different ones up all the time. So apparently reading is too stressful. So people just want pictures. So if you're not doing infographics, I will send you a link from FAR. I'll put it on the chat so you guys can see it. But infographics are driving traffic. Yes, sir. Infographic driving traffic.
If they use marketing trends in RPR,
Yes.
they can get specific information for specific communities with a script and the infographics so that they can create their own videos.
Your own video?
Or list reports is free. And you can do, I have one, look, I did it, you can snap on it, and then you can get more information.
Can you put it on the chat so people can see how to get it?
It's free, and you can choose your community, and it puts your face, everything.
If you can put it in the chat, will be great. What was the last thing I had? And the last thing I had is, and then Joaquin remembers this when he was young. Did I deleted it? No, I didn't. Okay. So for the first time since 2011, developers have more homes at this moment today than they have ever had. Which means developers are about to start paying you guys big commissions.
And parties.
Huge commissions. I just got an email from one that's by her listing, by Beatrice's listing, that is beginning to pay 8% commission today.
Is that the norm? Is that 8%?
It's Nautica next to whatever, next to, no. Go, Aqua, next to Aqua, there's a project named Nautica that they're paying 8% commission beginning today. Every developer is going to begin to pay you big money. because they have inventory that for some reason is not selling or they want to get it sold quickly. They haven't had this many homes for sale. So if you don't know this yet, there's a little website called New Home Source that shows you developments, incentives, and shows you all of that good stuff.
And also gives you your own website with new construction.
New home source?
It's a link, when you get there, it looks like it's your website and it's all the new construction you can find.
It's on the dashboard.
Is in the dashboard of the MLS, yeah, New Home Source, yeah. So that is all I had for today. Young lady,
Can I do that then?
you can do it after, okay. So anybody, did anybody get a listing last week? Where's it at?
In the house.
In the hammocks and Weston, Savannah. Okay, what are you asking for?
It's a two-bedroom villa, original, 494, but we already have a cash offer for 480 and we're negotiating.
Wow.
I had 14 people come in.
Wow.
And I have everybody saying, please, today at 5, I told her, she said, please, I promise you that if they like it, you'll be very happy with the offer, so.
¿Cuántos pies?
El chiquito es 1100, ¿no?
we see it.
Wow. It's Weston, literally. I had a call driving up here of an agent from this office that had somebody that came from, they're moving from Atlanta. And then she was gonna take them to North Miami and she was gonna take them to, they're moving from Peach City. Peach City's called, yeah. And I said, listen, bring them to Weston only. Don't show them anything else. They're accustomed to everything looking pretty. You're gonna take them to North Miami, you're gonna take them to Hialeah, they're gonna run. Bring them to, they want good schools, Weston. Yeah, but Weston prices, and I said, forget about the pricing, Weston will sell itself.
And if they have
So, yeah.
kids, even more. because
They have 3 girls.
School and the security and safety, the whole thing.
Yeah. All right, congrats on your listing. Anybody working on a listing? Okay, what are you working on? It's not working? What are you working on? Remodel Dania? Single family home? Price? Water?
It's as close to the beach as you can get.
Oh, so you're on the island?
Yeah.
Because you're not in the mainland, you're over the bridge on the island.
No, right before the bridge.
On Dania Beach Boulevard?
It's as close to the beach as you can get, because it's right next to a big park. So the park is as close to the beach as you can get, and the house is right on the other side,
All right, side.
yeah.
So Dania works really good for Airbnb buyers because you're next to the airport. There's a bunch of people that rent literally just to tourists and pilots, and so it works really good. So as soon as you have it up, let us know.
We're under contract.
Oh, it's on the contract. Anybody working on a listing that hasn't sold? Okay, good.
Well, there's one in Savannah. Don't laugh, people. 1.7 million. It's already signed. Ernesto, you know about this. I told you.
Actually, the house is price per square footage and makes sense.
Paper footage. 3,900. But it has everything. You'll see when it goes on. It has a 1,200 wine bottles. Pool. Yeah, it has a pool.
That's gotcha.
Yeah, 1,200. Pool, lake, everything is new. Marble from the Armani Tower. Don't tell me how they got it, but they got it for the bathrooms. It's got everything. And then another one that I'm listing here in River, the other side of Western Road.
Yeah.
For about 600. It's redone too, beautiful, 3-bedroom. So those are some this week over.
All right, go Carlos.
Houses, is it a sign of the house not selling, or is that usually the first step regardless?
Well, so I tell people to do best thing to do with open houses is to get traffic of buyers, to build a buyer pipeline or a seller pipeline. So open houses work for that. if you have a listing that you had in the market, anybody in here for more than 21 days, you are overpriced.
You
I
said that
asked
last
because
Huh?
You said that last.
And if you're more than 46 days, you need to send me a message because you got a problem. Right? So if you have a listing that hasn't sold and it's been 46 days in this market, it's either functionally it doesn't work or the price is ridiculously overpriced. So we have one that it's been more than 40, we were just talking about, I mean, it's been 46 days in the market. And the problem is it doesn't have a door to the backyard. It doesn't have a door to the backyard. Tienes que ir por la puerta adelante y dar la vuelta para ir para el patio. They made the way they put the bedrooms and the laundry room, they didn't think, and it doesn't look at the back.
this weekend I was driving and I've never seen so many open house signs. You know, it's a lot. So I see it more as an opportunity for your buyers.
Yeah.
Less competition. You know, people, your buyers are aware of interest rates and they are what they are. But in this market is the best time because the competition is less. Interest rates drop, prices is gonna go up. We're gonna have 5 more people wanting that same property as opposed to now. Refinance is always an option. Buy the property, rent the rate.
If you market the open house, too, you
Yeah.
have a lot more people.
Yeah, I mean, open houses are still, oh, my video ended, I don't know why. Okay. Facebook kicked me out, Facebook didn't like me. So open houses are still the best way to build a pipeline of business, either buyers or sellers. I hope the marketing tips I gave you work. I hope you put them in place. Remember, get a picture of the dog in the MLS. Get a reel on Instagram that talks about the buying process. What was the other one? No, se hicieron caso.
Infographic.
Huh?
Infographic.
Infographics, thank you. And free moving truck or boxes. Apparently, those are the things that everybody wants not a gimmick. They want to get something out of it, right? So an enticement. They want to be enticed. Yes.
What people are doing now, I've been on the receiving end of that, if they see that you're online, people are going online or paying someone to be online, looking at your messenger, for instance, and when somebody goes online, they send them a message. You try to connect with people that are in your like list and stuff like that, not just your sphere.
And developers, please don't shy away from developer business. It's free money. They're willing to pay you money just to bring people through the door. If you have a buyer in any of these areas, just take the buyer and register them just for the fun of it. You never know. People tend to not tell you the truth, how much money they have and how much they can afford, right? So I always talk about Onyx. Any of you guys visit Onyx in Miami? The townhouse that are 3-story? No? Okay. Whenever you have a chance, visit them. They're building, the townhouses are $475 and the houses are $760. So the young lady from the Coral Gables office took the buyer to look at the townhouse, was in love with the townhouse, saw the house, and the realtor says, no, but they're $300,000 more. So let's look at them. Ended up buying the house. And they're like, I didn't even know they qualify. Not a boy, did you ever ask them what is your budget? No. You didn't know what your budget is, you never know what you're showing them. Every Friday, if you notice, we've been doing a developer tour. Anybody seen the developer tour? Anybody? No han ido. ¿Por qué no? Todos los viernes hacemos un developer tour. El viernes pasado, ¿tú fuiste al nuevo? Ahora sentido. Creo que, I think this Friday, I think this Cipriani. Yeah. Well, Cipriani, yo sé que ya fueron, pero ahora Cipriani subió las comisiones. I think they went to 5 on the first and the second one is 7. I think the second one is 7, but then they went to 5 on the first one. Y acuérdense que Cipriani ya tiene el préstamo para construir. So Cipriani ya va a empezar construcción. So now that they're trying to get forward, they're gonna become more friendly with you guys. So the Cipriani, yeah. So todos los viernes hay always gonna be one. They're gonna be visiting different ones. So look, it's always gonna be Fridays. Always gonna try to keep it on Fridays and at the same time. It has been a pleasure spending this time and space with you.